Hello, I'm called Tim, and it is noon, so that means it's time for my live hangout. Today, I'm going to talk about the TV series Boss. I came upon it on Netflix, and but I'm sure you can find it on any of your cable providers, maybe Hulu. And the series, the series is about Chicago politics and the corruption of politics. Now, Chicago politics is famous for its corruption, but there's corruption in this whole system. As a matter of fact, the system was built on corruption. That's why the United States seems to flow along, even when it's rotten to the core, because it was built with corruption inside of itself. So that's kind of why, too, we can't solve a lot of problems because the corruption is built in. But in this show, it shows you, first of all, how amoral the people who are running the city machine, meaning all of the systems, all of the departments, all of the things, how bad they are. And when you have a corrupt system like this, you have to have a brute, a dictator at the helm, and that's the mayor of Chicago. And that's basically the show is from his perspective. He's also suffering from a um, disease which leaves him with some psychological challenges as well as physical challenges. But it he still maintains his power, although he's challenged all the time. And the funny thing about the series is that the people around him never figure out that there's something wrong with him psychologically, um, because he always able to keep the city going. People die, people are killed, I should say, when they stand up against him, and it doesn't even matter. Life goes on. It also shows you how this show, and it only ran 2 seasons, I think 2011, 2012, so it's more likely it's canceled. But it's good. It's a good show. It also shows you that the people of our city, the people of the society, which I've said in many videos, are so docile. They have no idea what's going on in the background, in the real world, the shadow world, the world where decisions are made. All they know is they keep going to work and coming home. And in season 2, he deals with what they're doing to black people in cities, which basically is displacing them, closing down projects, housing developments, and things of that nature to build luxury developments. We all know what happens there. We're suffering from that in New York City. And in Chicago, they deal with it a certain way. But in New York, in real life, what we're doing is we're doubling up and tripling up with family members. That's what we do. When we can't do that anymore, I don't know what's going to happen. But it shows you there's a complete disregard. And of course, the people who are displaced, who are thrown out, who are their homes are demolished, are black people. It shows the reality of black people in our urban centers, that they're very small, small-minded. They're crooked, of course, but they love the crookedness. They love they're so comfortable in the corruption and in being in a system of servitude in this show that um, it is so accurate because we really are in that mindset. The black politicians are stupid. There's one who goes to work in the mayor's office who In the second season, who she's supposed to be helping with the transition of the closing of the housing project, she's so single-minded and narrow-minded and so empty. And I have seen black politicians, met them, listened to them, and there's an accurate portrayal. The ones in New York City, anyway. So I love this show, of course, because it deals with politics, but it deals with the social realities. And because it comes from the political, it shows the decisions being made and the results of those decisions. It also shows all the different groups. There's one scene in one of the shows where the Spanish guy is talking about how Latinos are trying to move up in the world, and he talks about how immigrants come and the first generation, all they want to do is be what does he call it? He doesn't call it diamond rich. He calls it uh, diamond dancers or something like that, where they all they want to buy. But if you're going to maintain yourself, you have to lay down roots and a foundation as a community, as a culture, so that your kids and your children and your grandchildren can survive and sustain themselves at a high level. He says every ethnic group does this, and he's trying to get the other Latinos, the younger Latinos, to understand this. They have businesses and things like that. He said the only ethnic group that doesn't is the Negroes, the blacks, he says. The blacks, he says, are diamond dancers. They love it, and they do it generation after generation. And I love that because that was so true. I mean, we love to party, and we love entertainment, and we don't even know what we're watching. And that's one of the reasons why I want to do these hangouts, to show that when you're watching something, like even a television show, even entertainment, it means something. These people wrote this for a reason, not just always to entertain you either, but to give you a reflection of what's going on in the real world, so that maybe you could wake up and do something, or maybe just so you can know. But you remember, once they reveal, the people who rule this system, once they reveal what's happening, whether it be through entertainment or news, which is entertainment itself, once you know and don't do anything, they can do anything they want to you, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's no God that will help you. There's no universe that will help you. If you're conscious, there's no magic that will help you. Once they reveal that they're doing something to you on a social level, there's nothing you can do about it if you don't act on a social level to change it. And if you think you're going to do it on an individual level, good luck with that. Because in this time and space, we are as we are, whether it's we as in me or the community. There is no difference. Okay? So we need to get this thing together. Get off your knees, stop praying to God. Or if you want to do that, that's fine. And if you're conscious and you want to do magic, that's fine. But at the end of the day, if you're doing magic and your children going to the public school down the street, that's not good. It's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. And if you're doing magic and you still have to have a job somewhere, or be at mercy of the court system, which sees you as 3/5 of a person, it's just not gonna cut it. So watch the show, boss. Tell me what you think about it. I think you will enjoy it. If you just want to watch for entertainment reasons, you can. But I say you have a brain, while watch things on that level. And why should you be entertained by the lowest forms? It's an excellent show, and it probably got canceled because people didn't either like what they were seeing, maybe it cut too close to reality for some, or some didn't want to believe it or don't think that it's true or has reality in it. I don't know, but it seemed accurate to me from what I studied of both people and what I studied of history and politics and all these things like that. So if my viewers or someone in the chat has something to say, Speak now, forever hold your peace. Going once, going twice. Okay, listen. For those of you who are watching reruns, click the GoFundMe link if you want to support this hangout, and I will appreciate it. No donations too small or too large. Okay. If you are sane, keep your head up. It's not you that's the problem. It's everyone else. Take care.